What's going on, everybody? This is the blockchain backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we're taking a look at the XRP price chart. We'll, of course, peek around at other stuff going on in the market. We've got Ethereum that's broken out of its 3.5-week range. We'll take a peek at Bitcoin, the altcoin market, all that good stuff like we normally do. But with XRP, right, I just got off the call right now. That was the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit call with the courts with Judge Sarah Netburn that just ended right now. I listened to the whole thing. So what kind of touch bases on that? It sounded like a major victory just happened for Ripple right now, and the SEC has got itself backed into a major corner at this point. Of course, I know nothing about court stuff. I'm just a guy listening to a phone call, but it seemed my analytical brain can go down different things and say, that doesn't sound good for the SEC at all. Of course, I'm sure attorney Jeremy Hogan and John Deaton, they will definitely go into this stuff later, so I look forward to hearing what they have to say. But my first initial impressions of what just happened on that call with the SEC, Ripple, and Judge Netburn has set the SEC up into a very peculiar situation. And if the SEC is hiding anything in this case, because they have not been revealing these documents that they've supposed to have been revealing, they've been revealing redacted versions or asserting privilege over stuff to not show Ripple what's been going on in the SEC in regards to XRP. Well, now the judge is about to see what is the SEC asserting privilege on. So I don't know, man. This is kind of crazy. This is kind of a point where if the SEC has kind of broadly been asserting privilege over all kinds of stuff, or just asserting privilege over stuff that is damaging to their case and not something that should have privilege or should be redacted, the judge is about to see it. So I have no way to know what's in those documents, what it is they're asserting privilege over, what it is that they've redacted from any of those documents. But if they've gone too broad, beyond the extent of what they can assert privilege over and what they can redact, and it's just to help protect themselves in this case, the judge is about to see that. And so the judge has ordered for an in-camera review of all the redactions and of all the documents that the SEC has asserted privilege over. And that call just ended right now. So wow. Leading up to that, when the call started, about 15 minutes before the call started, the price of XRP actually started to take off a little bit. It was kind of interesting to see how that played out. The price started taking off here at about UTC time, 1557. The call didn't actually begin until 1616 UTC time. And then as the call dragged on, the prices just kind of gradually went sideways there, as you can see, kind of pulling back. But boy, oh boy, what an interesting time. Now, before we dive too deep into this, let me go ahead and update you on this. I did add a market update over here on bcbacker.com. I sent out the email this morning. I sent out the tweet this morning. August 31st, 2021, that's today. Market recovers back to retrace levels in tense time. So this is available to anybody enrolled in the course and anybody who newly enrolls in the course over here on bcbacker.com. But back to the Ripple case, at the end of the call, one of the lawyers for Ripple argued to the judge that, or not argued, just made a statement that the SEC's case is entirely falling apart on itself. And it reminds me of like those relationships you've had when you're younger. Hopefully you don't have any types of relationships like this in your life right now, but people who just like, they're not being honest, they're not being truthful. And then to cover up something, they have to be, distruthful about something else and then something else until it builds up so much that their story is just ludicrous at this point and none of it makes any sense. And it feels like that's where we're getting at in this phase now. And that's why Judge Sarah Netburn is going to look at all this stuff. And if it's true, if they have been redacting things from these documents or asserting privilege in places that are not, where privilege shouldn't be asserted, but instead that they're just asserting the privilege because it's going to hurt their case if they don't, the judge is about to see it. So I don't know. I know nothing about settlements and anything like that, but I would think if that is the case happening here, one would assume the SEC does not want the judge seeing those documents. So I don't know. Pretty big victory for Ripple, in my opinion. We'll see what attorney Jeremy Hogan has to say about that. Either way, we're looking at XRP on the 1 minute chart right here while I'm just sitting here rambling. Anyway, that's what's going on with XRP from the bigger time perspective. Still just bouncing around in here. No clear breakouts that took place. The whole market is obviously right up there in the retracement levels. Oh, still got that on there from the market update. But you can see that the total market cap did break up a little bit higher. It did get up above this price level that has held it down since the 23rd. So that's pretty interesting. One of the bigger things that I think has happened here is that Ethereum has broken up higher. Ethereum's been held down for 3.5 weeks in this price level. We can see that Ethereum finally did poke its head up. It got above the 618 Fibonacci retracement level, coming in hot on that last one right there. And we're at the, I don't have to repeat this again, but I will, the high intensity moment of what is this market going to do now that we've gotten back to these retrace levels? Do we further consolidate? Do we pull, do we get rejected? Or do we have our big, massive breakouts that happen from this level? I talk about it all the time. I don't really get worried about things very much until these moments. These are the times where I understand what happens in markets is that if all the decisions get made at these places, either the market's going to get very euphoric and break through these retracement levels, or the market's going to reject. So as Bitcoin is fighting this retracement level as well, and you can see there's still $54,000 would be a full 702 retracement of the entire move. But if we go based on Elon's Saturday Night Live appearance, well, we're already there at the 702. Man, nail biting for sure. One of the things I've looked at when I looked at the total market cap of all of crypto, or looked at coin market cap, and you look at all the coins that are in the top 10 or whatnot, right? Everything's gone on this big bull run. There's only one coin out there that's in the top 10 that has not gone on a massive surge. And you're looking at it right now. And I know people out there like King Solomon have been finding all kinds of cool documents with XRP Darren, Fame 21 more, XRP Owl. And those things are great, for long term, big picture stuff. But right, sometimes every time you just need kind of a little pick me up for right now to make it feel a little bit better. And I'm telling you, that call right there made me feel rejuvenated. It made me feel happy that, hey, there's some progress that's happened here. And it feels like there's this moment now where the SEC is backed into this major corner. Either they've pulled out a bluff card or whatnot, and they're getting called on their bluff, and they have to decide whether or not to fold their hand or to expose their bluff. I don't know. But boy, I just got done with the calls. I'm all like hyped up about it and stuff. Either way, I'll keep it brief. I know there was a lot of excitement that happened when XRP started taking off into the beginning of the call. We can see a big breakout that happened here, now pulling back, obviously. Kind of, I guess, maybe an initial call excitement that happened there. But we're still in, we're still in here. So nothing to run home and show mom just yet. But as you should know, today is August 31st. So it's the last day of the month. Put out a market update today. We're going to get the monthly candle close today, right? What's interesting about that is where the prices are at this time, right? We're all back at retracement levels to close out the month. Are we going to get a little bit higher as we go into that monthly candle close? We've seen that before. We've seen where the last hour the market does something crazy and gets a crazy finish to a week or a day or a month. There's still a little time left for something like that to happen. But if we were to close out the monthly candle right now for the altcoin market, the total market cap of all of crypto, including altcoins and Bitcoin, they would all be closing right here underneath these retracement levels. So I'm still on high alert for that. The fact that we're not getting weekly candle closes up just yet. Maybe we will. The monthly candle looks good, right? I mean, it's a very strong candle, almost a full body candle without big wicks on either side, coming off of a strong bottoming candle. But, we're getting to that moment now. Let's see what happens after this monthly candle closes and what this market decides to do. One of the things that I look at is I've been talking about this essentially the whole time, right? This double tap back test into the bull flag, V bottom out of here, right? And it has been V bottoming once it finally started getting its juice going, that it is looking like a big old V happening in here, right? This is what the Dow Jones V bottom looked like coming out of here, right? So it doesn't come up as fast as the move to the downside happens. Obviously, we've gotten up here relatively quickly, but at the same time, it's not at that same velocity at which it came down at, right? We can see how fast the Dow Jones came back into that bull flag right there on that double tap. And then the V bottom out of there is kind of painful. And there was nothing unusual about that pain that happened right there with the Dow, because that's kind of the same pace. And it's actually even just a little bit faster than what happened with the great financial crisis when it kind of came out of there at that time too. And we've referenced back to that as well. And that typically these things aren't going to be that pretty. So just because we're holding up right here right now, or even if the monthly candle doesn't clear through it, it of course I'd like to see it because then I can just sit there and rest a little bit easier. But at the same time, I've seen how these things go. They're just not that pretty when they get out of there. They're just kind of grueling on their whole way out. But what could you say about the total altcoin market cap if it does close at these prices right here? It doesn't get through the retracements, but it does close through right here. What does that say? That's our highest monthly candle close in history. It's the highest the market has ever finished out at the end of a month. And while that would be great and all, at the same time, this is the whole thing that matters to me. But there's something that's just missing from the market, and I've talked about this many times in 2013 and in 2017, both times when Bitcoin went into its retracement. So after it had already completed its entire bull run, crashed, and then went into its retracement. In each of the bull runs, that's where XRP took off. So where are we at right now? We're in retracements. If that was the case, you would think that we would be seeing coins that have really been lagging behind taking off. And we're not seeing that just yet. So that provides me some optimism that, like, we've done all this analysis on there, talking about the initial crash, bouncing sideways, capitulation, not setting a new low in here, and then breaking out with no opportunity for reentry, and then going flat all here. All of it is still just lining up. And then from a macro perspective of how the market has worked historically, it's that if this was just going to be a retrace, right? And if this market was just going to roll over on itself and go crashing, there's elements of it that are missing that typically happen right here. And that would be things like XRP already taking off into a massive bull run. If XRP was at like $7 or $8 right now, with the market being where it's at right now, I would be pretty concerned. I would be like, look, this is exactly what happened in 2013. It's exactly what happened in 2017. And here we are doing it once again. But that's not the case. There's still a ton of laggards in the market, and XRP included in one of them, which XRP typically is one of them. So due to XRP not breaking out and going on a big run right now, even though we're back at the retracement levels, shows optimism for me. And maybe, just maybe, in that phone call that we saw today, we saw the ball just get set on the tee for Ripple, and they're about to knock it out of the park. They said, I believe we've got like 2 weeks, I think it's up to 4 weeks before we find any type of resolution on any of this type of stuff when we start getting responses and hearing a bunch of stuff. So I think the SEC has 2 weeks to get their information over to the courts, and then there's another 2-week period after that. But I'm sure Jeremy Hogan took all the notes to explain all of that to us, and I believe he will have a video out later this evening recapping that. I will share that on my Twitter page as well. Otherwise, exciting days on the XRP news front. Exciting day for a little bit of price action with the XRP price chart. Exciting day for some price action over here with Ethereum. But we all know where we are, and we all know we've got to keep on going. But that's kind of been the message that we've had to deal with for years, right? We just keep on moving forward. So I'll wrap this one up. I started this thing like hopped up on adrenaline. I'm now starting to feel the effects of being tired. I've been working all day long and still doing my, HIIT exercises early in the morning and, putting out the market update video over here, listening to that call and recording this video. Now I got to go into editing and clean it all up so you guys don't have to hear me breathe every second. But I hope that you're doing well. It was an exciting day over there for XRP, SEC, and Ripple, and hopefully we get some good progress out of that. But I hope that you guys are having a great Tuesday. Obviously, this video is out very late today just because of all those different things going on. But maybe you get an opportunity to like watch it during dinner or put it on the big screen. I've seen a lot of those videos out there you guys send me of your kids saying, hey, what's going on? It's the blockchain backer. I love those videos. They're very cute. I show my wife those. And I try to keep this channel as family friendly as possible. So it's cool to see that there are kids and families that are willing to put me up on the big screen. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like, you could check out my website over here. This is bcbacker.com. This is my course where I deep dive into the previous Bitcoin bull runs, the different altcoin market cycles. I tie them all together to show how all these market cycles have worked in the past with their extensions and alt seasons and all that good stuff. I teach you how to set up your own charts and indicators within TradingView and CoinTrader Pro so you can do your own charting. I also talk about my personal exit plans in here. I talk a lot about why mathematics and percentages matter the most. And then like I've been mentioning here on Twitter and on this YouTube video, I did make a market update video this morning, and I did upload it and I sent out the emails for it. So if you're enrolled in the course, you can view that. If you are newly enrolled in the course, you will also be able to view that as well. And you can check out all that educational content over here on bcbacker.com. You can follow me over here on Twitter at bcbacker. And I want to thank you so much for watching my channel. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you could be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.